Hey folks, it's Matt once again, and just doing a random video, little Blu-ray update, also a book I picked up recently, and what's coming next. Now, other than that Halloween review, which I know it's been very uh, unpopular, but I figured that was what was going to happen, so it is what it is. You know, you don't give your honest opinion. And people don't disagree. Some people agree. That's with everything. But many of the other videos I've been doing were pre-recorded. I pre-recorded them a long while ago because I knew that throughout October, going to November and such, work would get a lot busier, and this way you would be getting a lot of videos. And I'm actually doing this on October 25th, and I have a lot of videos on here that I haven't uploaded yet. So it's probably going to go past October into November. So if you watch those videos and it says, welcome to another month of October, but yet it's like November something, you'll know why. Like right here, I have pre-recorded reviews for films like Street Trash, The Monster Squad, my thoughts on stuff like Arachnophobia, Leviathan, reviewed Dead Alive, the Wishmaster films, and so forth. So again, if you're like, what the fuck, like you're saying month of October but it's November, again, that's why. Like literally right here, I have like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 videos already pre-recorded. And again, it's the 25th. Even if I upload this tonight, there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days until Halloween. And I'm not going to be able to have all those uploaded in time. But, hey, it is what it is. Now, I'll get to showing what I have, and I'll talk a little bit more about what's coming up next. 3 things. Blu-rays. Well, let me show the book first. I picked this up. Ad Nauseum Newsprint Nightmares from the 1980s by Michael Gingold. Now, pretty much what this is, Michael Gingold, when he was a kid, he collected newspaper clippings. And every week during the 80s, he would get newspaper clippings that showcased the newest horror film that was coming out. And he would cut them out, and this is his collection from 1980 to 1989 of horror movies. For example, there's the clipping for April Fool's Day. And it's a really interesting, I don't know if you call it a coffee table book or how you want to put it, but it's cool just to look through all the different advertising for all these different horror movies of the 80s. I mean, you have like Alligator, there's this one here, and then this one, which I had never seen this one before. That's pretty cool. Pretty straightforward. Once in a while, he picked out reviews that people had at the time for certain movies, both positive and negative. Right here, you got Creep Show, Amityville 2, and A Stranger is Watching. And, of course, they're black and white because they were newspapers. Who knows? There might be younger people who don't even know what a newspaper is. You never know. But again, it's one of those things, it's nice to flip through and just look through the pictures. It'd be nice if one day someone did this with colored posters, but it's horror films in the 80s, and try to do every single one of them. Or VHS covers. Like, I'm surprised if this guy can get away. Think about it. This guy can get away with having pictures. Maybe it's because he owned the newspaper clippings, and I don't know how all the legalities work. But it'd be nice if someone did this, but it was all VHS covers of horror films from 1980 to 1989 and from 1990 to 1999. I think a lot of people would be interested in those. But like you have Gremlins, and then a review by Time Magazine, and then you have, I guess around the 4th of July, back to school, the summer, different advertisements that were in the newspaper. Again, very interesting look back through time, and a lot of movies are featured in this. Like Critters, the original. I'm not maybe the original poster, but this right here, I thought that was pretty cool. Some nice reviews. I don't know why I said interviews. We got Friday the 13th Part 6. Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. We have that one and this one. I think if you're a fan of horror films from the 80s, this is a pretty decent book to pick up. Let me check a couple. I'll show a couple more. Like the advertisements done for The Blob from 1988 in the newspaper, with a couple of positive reviews, which are pretty nice. Let's see. We have Deep Star 6 and Leviathan, which I'd never seen this one for Leviathan before. It looks pretty plain, but it's cool. I never saw that before. But like, that's the advertisement you had in the newspaper? Pretty crappy advertisement. It's like most of it's just a black poster with like a pretty poor advertisement from the studio with that. And I want to show. Unfortunately, I don't think he was able to get all of them. I think because he didn't get the newspaper at that time, but he has a good chunk of movies in here. Like you have The Fly, and then The Ultimate Double Creature. See 2 of the year's monster hits for the price of 1. Can you imagine that, seeing Aliens and The Fly back to back? Yes, please. I would love that. Yeah, Choppy Mall, Maximum Overdrive, and The Hitcher. So, yeah, if you're a fan, it's a pretty cool book to flip through. It's nice he even has a back where if you want to look up a certain movie, alphabetically it goes, and oh, there's the page number. And there's a little interview with someone who dealt with advertisements. Stuff like this. Which, from what I understand, this never happens in the movie. Although, if someone made a movie and that did happen, it'd be a pretty cool movie. But apparently this poster is a lot better than the movie, from what I've heard. But yeah, Ad Nauseum, Newsprint Nightmares of the 1980s. And then 3 Blu-rays. First one I picked up is The Swarm. It is a Warner Archive Collection Blu-ray, but I still thought pretty good Blu-ray in the point of picture quality for a film from the 70s. Nice that they actually have artwork on the disc. Some features from back in the day, behind the scenes in the trailer, so not much. This is a film that gets hated on a lot, but I rather enjoy this film. Pretty much it's, imagine a film like The Poseidon Adventure, The Towering Inferno, those big budget disaster movies of the 70s, but it dealt with killer bees. And that's what I like about it. That's why I found fun about it. I found it fun that they took it that seriously. And I like the cast. I like the acting. I think Michael Caine does a really good job. That's the star of this film. You have Catherine Ross, Richard Widmark, Richard Chamberlain, Olivia de Havilland, Ben Johnson, Lee Grant, Jose Ferrer, Patty Duke Austin, Patty Duke Aston, Slim Pickens, Bradford Dillman, Fred McMurray, Henry Fonda, produced and directed by Irwin Allen, who had produced The Poseidon Adventure Tower Inferno. Music by Jerry Goldsmith. Jerry Goldsmith, I thought they did a good job on the score. I thought the effects for the time looked fine. I liked the spectacle. Like it was a big movie. It wasn't cheap. And again, I know a lot of people don't like the film. They laugh at the film. I rather enjoyed it. I never really understood the hate for it. And this is the... I think when it first came out, it was a shorter cut, but that doesn't really exist much of anywhere anymore. So this is the longer cut. So it's pretty lengthy. It's 2.5 hours. So it's not going to be everyone's cup of tea, but I rather enjoy this film, The Swarm. This was a really nice gift from one of my best friends, Effrey. The Silent Night, Deadly Night Blu-ray, which was very cool for him to do that. And he also told me he pre-ordered the Blu-ray of Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2, which comes out in December. So I really look forward to that. I will definitely review this Blu-ray sometime, because I already reviewed the movies, but I definitely will review this Blu-ray. I thank him again. This is a very generous gift, as well as Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2, which I look forward to that, because that has an interview and a commentary, and Eric Freeman is on both of them. So I really look forward to that, because that's my favorite Silent Night, Deadly Night movie. But this one, it has two versions of the film, the theatrical version and the unrated version. New HD transfer, trailer, radio spot, TV spots. Has, I think it's about a 45-minute making of. Interviews with the writer, the co-executive producers, the editor, second unit director, the composer, and actors Robert Brian Wilson and Linnea Quigley. Silent Night, Deadly Night film locations then and now. A new audio commentary, Robert Brian Wilson, who's this guy, and Scott J. Schneid, who is one of the co-executive producers. An older audio commentary. I'm not sure. Well, maybe it's not an older. Audio interview with director Charles E. Sellier Jr. From what I understand, this audio interview, I could be wrong, but so I'll let you know when I listen to it. But I was reading up some reviews. Apparently, that's deadpit.com. Like when they interviewed him on their deadpit.com show. And if that's... I didn't know about that, but I read a little bit about it when I got this. And if that's true, that's pretty damn cool. Poster and still gallery. Yeah, it looks like pretty packed with features, so I definitely look forward to this, and I will be doing a review for it. I don't know when. And I did pick this up because I heard a lot of positive reviews from people I like. Pizzow, for instance, Business of Fear, very nice guys. Also comments on a video I brought up about this. They said that they picked it up and they were fine with it. There's not a lot of mudslinging. And I'm like, you know what? Enough people have said that. I'm going to give it a shot. And it was at Walmart, for all places. A lot cheaper than Amazon or the Vestron website. So you probably don't know what it is. It's like 33, 34 bucks on Amazon, but on Walmart it was 25 bucks. And yes, that is Maximum Overdrive. I was at Walmart picking something up, and you know the people had said it was in the back of my head. I was picking some other stuff up, and I saw it there. I had heard it was at Walmart, but I'm like, really? They have Vestron releases at Walmart? Like they didn't have like Waxwork 1 and 2, or other stuff. Maybe they have in the past. I didn't notice, but not at this Walmart. Maybe they did in other Walmarts, but this was there, and I'm like, holy shit! And that is a pretty cool cover. And with all the positive word I heard on it, I had to pick it up. You know, I'm too much a big of a fan. And I will give a Blu-ray review of this. I don't know when. I've heard that the commentary with Jonah Ray, who's one of the guys from Mystery Science Theater 3000, the new one, and Ryan Turret, they are fans of the film. Like maybe they rib on it a little bit, like make funny anecdotes, but apparently they are big fans, and it's not a mudslinging. This movie's a piece of shit. Shit. This is from what I heard from quite a few people, so I figured I'd give it a shot. Like I said, I'm too much a bit of a fan of this. It was too tempting, and I gotta admit, that's a pretty damn cool cover. So, Stephen King's Maps from Overdrive. And I will do a Blu-ray review of this. I haven't watched it yet, as you can see. Plastic is still on. Now, as for what's coming next, I'll probably upload this tonight, which is October 25th. So, what is coming? We will have I pre-recorded reviews for Street Trash, a film not many people know about, but it's a film I enjoy from the 80s. The Monster Squad. I did a random rant on Dreamcatcher, as I call it, Cumcatcher. My thoughts on the Blob remake from 1988. Intruder, slasher film from 89. Leviathan, I have to talk about that movie, it's one of my favorites. Arachnophobia. Dead Alive, which I've never reviewed. I've heard that Peter Jackson wants to do a 4K. I don't own a 4K, so it don't fucking matter to me. But, you know, maybe it's like, oh, I'll do a Blu-ray too. Well, until it's done, I'll believe it. It's like James Cameron. I'm going to do True Lies. And then it never happens. But I do have the DVD of Dead Alive. I pre-recorded a review for that. I did pre-record reviews for the Wishmaster films, all 4 of them. I pre-recorded reviews for Deep Rising and The Deaths of Ian Stone, which I think is an underrated film. And then after that, I will be doing reviews. This will probably be November, but it'll be Pandorm. I should have them over here. Pandorm. I do want a newer review for this because I think it's an underrated film. It's a pretty decent flick with Dennis Quaid and Ben Foster. In a way, it's a little bit like the video game Dead Space. A little bit. It doesn't have as much action, sadly, but there's some elements of this that reminds me of the video game Dead Space, which is pretty cool. Because you have a guy who's an engineer and he's looking for his loved one, and you have they're human but they're altered, and then he has this weapon that's all, you know, something like Isaac Clarke would have in the game, and they're on this ship, and also you have dementia, just like you had dementia in the game, and I'll talk about that in the review, but I like that movie. Split Second, I do want to do a video on this. Really enjoy Split Second. This is Blu-ray from overseas. Actually, picture quality looked pretty good. Really enjoy that film with Rutger Hauer. One of my favorites from the 90s. I want to do reviews for these 2 movies, which I enjoyed much more than the new Halloween film. Much, much more. And also sometime I want to do another review of this, because this is an underrated film. Doesn't even have a fucking Blu-ray, which is ridiculous to me. one of my favorite slasher films of the 80s. I know it's like, can you really call it a slasher film? I understand, but for its kind, I love it. Love the cast. The Nest, one of the more underrated creature features that no one really talks about, but you have a lot of itty cockroaches that feast on people, and then once you get into the third act, there's elements of, I want to say, The Thing, The Fly, because you get human cockroach mixing. Pretty damn cool movie that no one talks about. I think if you like creature features and practical effects, as well as itty cockroaches, and this is not a long movie at all. This is only 87 minutes. I feel Scream Factory should put a lot more features. This only has a commentary with director Terrence H. Winkless. Would have been nice to see like some interviews. Considering some of the shit that gets more features, like The Exorcist 2 and the Garbage Pail Kids movie, I feel like this deserved more. I mean, it's cool to have Blu-ray, but features were lacking on this. But yeah, The Nest. Very underrated film. I definitely want to talk about this sometime. And like I said, sometime I will do reviews of these two Blu-rays. Maybe do a review of this sometime, but I don't know. I think maybe by that time I'll be burned out on horror movies because I've been doing so much, and there's other films I do want to take a look. Mandy, I do want to take a look at sometime. There's the Batista action film Final Score. People recommended me this martial arts film called The Night Comes For Us. Maybe I'll give that a look sometime. It's just a matter of time because I thankfully did pre-record a lot of stuff, so I did upload a lot of videos. But then after that, like I said, it's going to get a bit busier at work. But I do want to get videos out for you guys because I enjoy doing this, and I enjoy that you guys watch it. I'm really humbled by that, so thank you. So thanks for watching. Take care, and we will see you guys later. Bye-bye.